Hello, let's see what the message is today. Hope you're all doing well. We have the Ace of Swords, clarity of belief. So there's some sort of realization. Something may have transformed here with this butterfly. You're having some sort of realization or new beginning when it comes to communication or a thought process. You're gaining clarity. So what is this clarity about? What is my viewer gaining clarity about? What are they gaining clarity about right now? Okay, so we have Hangman, observe, and Nine of Swords, darkest fears. Wow. So you are gaining clarity when it comes to some sort of fears that you've been having. So maybe you've been taking time to really put yourself in, I'm hearing like in other people's shoes. But also you've been taking time to take a step back and really go within and consider that perhaps some of the choices that you've been making have been coming out of fear, exhaustion. Yeah, there's some shadow work that's being done. And out of this shadow work, whether it's been enforced, because with the Hangman, sometimes that's life putting us on pause. So we have to sit with our fears. We have to sit with our anxieties because we can't escape them for whatever reason, right? All the escape routes have been sealed off is what I'm hearing. And so there's been a need to really go within because there's been a lack of other options. It does feel like somewhat of an enforced reprieve and retreat from things that aren't working anymore, and really looking at it from a different perspective. And that has been really beneficial because you're gaining clarity. So what is this? How can we enhance this? Trust. Okay, so now we have the Fool. So, wow. So there have been some major trust issues, some major fears around trusting others, around things that are extremely like mentally tormenting you. There's a surrender here. There's a free fall sort of energy. You're cutting yourself loose in some ways from your fears. Yeah. Spirit was just like, just be quiet for a second. Just be quiet. So quieting your mind has resulted in more clarity. And that quieting of your mind has given you some sort of power to harness your shadow. It's like using your shadow to your advantage. So facing your shadow has given you a sense of authority. I mean, look at him. There's a sense of authority over your own life and clarity, like not feeling like your mind is in control of your life anymore. And so you're able to open up and take a risk and trust when it comes to whatever this is that you've gained clarity about that has somehow transformed. So what do we need to do? What is the message here about all of this? What do we need to do? Just breathe. Four of Swords. You don't need to do very much right now. Just breathe. Just connect. Just rest. Four of Swords is rest. So there's been a lot of fear, insomnia, anxiety, stress, and worry. And it's okay to trust. Spirit is saying it's okay to trust now. And there could be spirit guides that are trying to connect with you. Yeah, that's why I was being told to just be quiet, to just listen. Because when you're quiet in your mind and you're not chasing distractions to escape the fears or the mental chatter, you're able to start hearing that calm, quiet inner voice, your intuition, and you're able to access more divine wisdom from your helpers, whatever you believe, whether it's God or spirit guides or angels. And your higher self is able to come through. So you are achieving some level of mastery, whether you realize it or not, in being able to approach life with a beginner's mind. And it's like clearing the cobwebs, letting go of your fears. Okay, one more card about this. So how can we best harness this Fool energy, this clarity, other than taking a step back, breathing and resting? So it's not really a time for action. If you're finding this video, it's like, it's not a time for so much action. It's a time to pause and rest and review, to continue to rest and review, and be open to possibilities. Choose your battle, Seven of Wands. Yeah, there's a non-resistance here. So Spirit is asking you to create less resistance in your life. And this is giving me the feeling that the fears are, look at these. It's like he's just standing up to him like, I may be tiny, but I'm standing my ground here. They could even be other people's opinions, thoughts, ideas. There's a sense of being oppressed or controlled by external forces, and possibly even like judgmental people in your life, or it's almost like childhood wounds, feeling small in the face of adversity, but still standing up to it. So yeah, there's an energy of, yeah, knowing when to be still and knowing when to act. So right now it's time to shore up your boundaries and be still and rest. Okay. And if you don't have this new perspective yet, if you're still struggling with these fears, you will be getting clarity. That Ace of Swords is coming. That moment, that aha moment where you're able to just surrender into the flow of life and accept whatever's happening around you and allow yourself to see it as a blessing. That's coming. That's on its way. If you're not there yet, you just maybe need to get some rest. Some of you need to be sleeping more. If you can help yourself with that, if you're struggling with insomnia, get some help for your sleep issues. And just approach things one at a time. Like, don't try to tackle everything at once that is stressing you out right now. Just one thing at a time. Yeah, it's almost like fears and worries are stacking. Life circumstances and issues may be coming at you from different directions, or people putting demands on you, and it's overwhelming. So it's okay to create space around you and to choose which thing that you can deal with in the moment. Death card, release. Yeah, you're going through a major transformation right now. Death is like the most change possible, but there's a rebirth here. You're coming into your own power, into your own light. Yeah. There's an ending that has to happen in order for this Ace of Swords, the clarity. Usually, the Ten of Swords is the end. It's the most pain, anguish, and struggle that you can experience. But that turns back around into the Ace of Swords, the clarity, the truth, the wisdom that you gain, and the understanding after going through that difficulty and facing it. So maybe some of you are in this 9-10 of Swords energy. And it's like, don't give up though. Don't give up, and don't forget that lessons are blessings in disguise, even if they don't look that way sometimes. That's what I just heard. Because you're shedding old layers. There's a lot of maybe false beliefs, armor that you wear, things that I just saw 9/11. So I'm seeing like emergency. Yeah, 911 emergency. So there's a need to, not approach these things. You could be in PTSD, fight or flight mode. So it's not an emergency. Everything isn't an emergency. Deal with what's right in front of you. And as you start to face these fears, it's like you're shrouded in these fears or these false beliefs or these external expectations of you. As you address these things one at a time and view them from a different perspective, from beginner's mind, you begin to shed this darkness, this heaviness, and you start to glow and radiate your true spirit, your true genuine, what is the word for it, spirit? It's like you're not meant to be what everything else has told you you're meant to be, what everyone else has told you. You are a beautiful being of light. You are a soul in a body having a physical experience, but you're a spiritual being. And so all of these physical trappings, these false beliefs, these fears, these oppressive people's opinions or whatever it is, they're falling away, and you're finding your core self, your true self, your identity. Okay? So let's get a cherry blossom oracle for just a little advice on this, very specifically. Evoke joy. Evoking joy not only nurtures your own happiness, but also inspires a cycle of positivity and growth that radiates outward. Yes. Okay. So the Fool is a joyful, childlike energy. So embrace that childlike energy that is within you. We all have an inner child. We were all children at one point. There was a sense of innocence, joy, exploration, curiosity. Embrace that part of yourself, okay? Even when it's challenging. And this is number 12. So again, there's a hangman energy. Look at things from beginner's mind, from a childlike perspective. Yeah, it's okay. It's safe to see the world with new eyes. Even if it doesn't feel that way, you have guides and protectors that are watching over you as you're taking new steps. Look at this. There's a little birdie in a nest, and there's a dove in a nest above my car, in my carport, that's been sitting in that nest, like pretty much always there whenever I go to the car. But she looks like she's up a little higher, so I think she's got eggs now. It's a very tiny nest for a dove too. It was another bird's nest that she took over. But anyways, it's, yeah, you do have protectors. Even tiny little birds are able to survive in the world, and they're so tiny, right? They're so vulnerable, and eggs are so fragile and so vulnerable. So if you're feeling fragile and vulnerable, it's okay to reach out to those who are nurturing to you. It's okay to ask for help and support. But empower others is the message on this card. When you uplift and support those around you, you create an environment of emotional healing within yourself. So that's number 11. So yeah, that's justice. So that creates balance. So even if you feel depleted, there are ways of, saying something positive to someone in your environment, or just a kind word to a stranger, or, knowing that just because you might feel fragile or need help right now, it doesn't mean that you don't have something to offer someone else. It doesn't mean you're weak, right? We all have something to offer one another. But there is a feeling of needing to kind of stay in your nest and nurture yourself and rest for a while. And things are shifting and they're changing, and it's going to be okay, whatever you're going through. Okay. So that is the message today. I love you all so much. See you again. Bye-bye.